Hi guys, welcome to my video. Today we're going to be doing a full face of new K-beauty makeup to do this makeup look. So let's get into the video. First, we're going to get into the skin prep because skin prep matters. I'm going to use the mixsoon bean essence. I feel like I'm the only person left who has not tried this serum, at least with makeup. I've done it in skincare, but I haven't done it in makeup before. If you don't know, you can use a serum as an exfoliator as well as a serum. So you're supposed to apply it to dry skin. If you've ever tried the Cosrx snail mucin, it's very similar to that. Ugh. Instead of like, just patting it into your skin, you're supposed to do it like this and it's supposed to exfoliate. Do you see anything? To be honest, I don't see anything. I don't know if that exfoliated anything. Wait. Now I feel it a little bit. I don't know though if that's dead skin though, or it's just pilling up. But with that probably comes like oils and all that stuff. Maybe I just had to add a little bit more. If my skin feels smoother after, then we'll know. Okay, wait, my skin actually feels really soft. It feels more like hydrated. It feels like I just put a whole serum on it, but like I just wiped it off. So weird. I actually love that feeling. Wow. I'm still gonna go in with a little bit more of it though as a serum. I really hope this doesn't pick up my makeup underneath because it's so sticky. I'm just hoping this one doesn't. For moisturizer, we got the roundlab birch juice. This one is made for more oily skin, I think. I do have more dry skin, but I do have a very oily T-zone. Something's gotta control the oils. Sometimes you need a little bit of both. That feels good. No pilling so far. Face feels very like rich. Not a bad thing, but gotta be careful. Sunscreen, we're doing the isntree hyaluronic acid sungel. Sky using sunscreen. Shocker. I always forget to do it, but I have a lot of K-beauty sunscreen, so I was like, I need to use them. I try to do 3. I don't reapply it on top of makeup. This is all we get. I don't know if this has a white cast or anything. I have yet to try it, period. Some of these products are completely new, and some of these products I've just like only tried once or twice. It does have a gel texture. It doesn't feel very creamy. Oh, the button is nice. Okay, yay, no white cast. My skin is nice and prepped. You guys know I don't use setting spray normally, but I do have one, so I'm gonna just use it just because sake of the video. This is the So Natural All Day Tight Fixing Setting Spray. It's a very long title. This is the only like K-beauty setting spray I know of. You want to layer it in your routine, not just put it at the end. So I like to do it first, so right after skin prep. You just want to spray it. It's in an aerosol can, but it's not one of those aerosol sprayers like the one size. I think this has a more matte finish. My lips are also feeling insanely dry. I'm gonna use this alternative stereo lip mask. What I think is actually pretty cool about it is it's matte. You put it on, no shine. I actually love that so much because I hate when I'm going out with no makeup and then I put on some sort of lip balm. My lips are super glossy. It just looks really weird. I feel like when you're not wearing any makeup. It has a little bit of a minty feeling too. Plumping lip gloss, that kind of like tingling feeling. Okay, now moving on to the makeup. I do have a K-beauty foundation. It's the Glow BB creams. Not technically a foundation. These are basically mixers for your foundation. They have literally only 3 shades in total. You got white, brown, and then like slightly less white. You're supposed to mix to make your shade. I'm not going to use white because yeah, I'm gonna use a slightly less white and the brown. When they first came out, they came out with this. I remember they got a little bit of backlash because people wanted more shades. So then they released the brown shade and the white shade and said, oh, you can mix to make your own shade. So that way everyone can be happy. But the thing is, these shades are very, very cool tone. They say it's neutral, but I'm like questioning. I mix it together, you get this shade. It doesn't look bad, right? On my hand, but on my face, look at that. It's just gray. No matter how I mix it, I'm gonna get gray. So I need to go in with the color corrector to add some more warmth into this. I do actually have cooler undertones, so it's not like so far off, but I can't imagine how it would be for someone with like really warm undertones. Already when I add the color corrector, it looks a lot better. I did this on the first try, but I feel like it actually looks pretty good. Let me blend that out. Like, ooh, okay, we're gonna go with that. You guys know I don't play about my shade match. If my shade does not match exactly, I'm not wearing it. I do have this little cushion, so I'm gonna try it. I always see the girlies on Xiaohongshu using these big fat cushions. K-beauty ones are so thin. It's a BB cream, so I'm very curious on this coverage. I don't think I would actually buy this. I got it in PR, $30 to $40, and like doing all that to mix my shade, plus a color corrector, like that's almost $100 to make your own foundation shade. I'm just like, I'd rather buy one that matches me. Ooh. If you're someone who really struggles to find their perfect shade match, I guess this could work for you instead of relying on a makeup brand to carry it. So it's up to you. If you have the money and you want to, like, why not? Coverage is actually not bad. Definitely very lightweight. I feel like I just need to keep adding more. Like, I already did my entire hand. I think it's just because it's the cushion, because the cushion is like kind of soaking it up. Let me see if I can make this little bit left work for my under eyes. I think it should. I also have a little bit of a mini cushion. This is really cute. This is actually doing a pretty good job. Like, seriously. Oh, cute. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like something's off. Maybe because it's just so different. It looks good. I'm just suspicious. For blush, we've got this Amuse balm. I've had this for a long time. Like, I have all the shades. I just never really got around to like using it. This is a very dewy formula, and I feel like it's kind of made for like makeup, no makeup looks, very light makeup. And I wear a little bit heavier makeup, so I just never thought to like use it for that. This is the shade 05. I guess I'm gonna apply it with a brush. See how this color comes up. Okay, you see how it looks like deceiving. Like, it does not look that pale in the pan, which I'm not mad at. I love me a good pale blush. That's why I am using it. But this is why you gotta really swatch it before you buy it. It blends it out so nicely. It does look like a nice natural sheen pink, I guess. The darker one, do I want to try using my finger? I kind of do. I just really want to see. They actually have two different formulas. This one is supposed to be the more pigmented one, and this one's supposed to be the more sheer one, because these are made for the lips. Kind of more of like a glossy balm type thing, you know, very dewy. That one is definitely like much darker. Not really a pale blush. Okay, it's not bad. I don't think it's picking up my makeup underneath. It doesn't really matter too much for dewy blushes like underneath like this, because I'm going to be setting it very heavily with powder, so it's like you're not gonna see it anyways. And my fingers are actually doing a nice job too, which I'm surprised. But I gotta see how it looks when I set it, because you know, once you add that powder, it gets interesting. For liquid highlighter, I got the fwee jelly pot in the shade Sugar Powder. I haven't seen anyone use this on top of like regular foundation. It has that like jelly consistency. Oh no, it doesn't. Mine is actually like kind of thick. This one is like not as bouncy. This is what it looks like. It's a nice little sheen. Pretty nice. It is pretty like thick. Feels like pretty heavy. Is it patching? Question mark, because I can't see. It's not. Oh, well, wait. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. It's pretty sticky. It's actually like really sticky. I think it's supposed to give you that like glassy look and whatever. It's not that shiny though. It has highlight color in it. I don't think it's picking it up. But I am very interested how all these like dewy products are gonna sit under powder, especially because I'm using a very light one today. My cheeks look insanely glassy right now. Before I go on with my powder, we're gonna go in with the setting spray again. You gotta go in with the layers. This is how you're gonna get the best out of your setting spray. It kind of has this minty feeling again. I like it. It feels like a little bit refreshing. It looks pretty good now, but everything is going to come down to the powder. This is the VT Cica No Sebum Moisture Powder. This is the only K-beauty powder like I've ever tried. I need this to be good, because this is gonna make or break the look. It has a nice little puff. I haven't used a powder puff in a minute. Powder puff on this side, other puff on this side. We're multitasking. Make sure to blend that out. I mean, it is pretty big, but it does get in there. I'm just really interested to see how this coverage is gonna be once I set, because that's kind of where you're gonna see if it's good coverage or not once I set it. Here's hoping. Very light already. It's like super light. All right, not bad. I don't see any white cast. I completely forgot to mention that white cast as well, but you can see it's a very light powder because this is all still very glowy. I mean, it makes sense. K-beauty is into the light formula, but I'm wondering if I can mattify this a little bit more. Okay, I can. Will it stay matte? That's the question as well. Okay, that did a pretty good job. My under eyes looking nice. No creasing either. To reinforce it, I'm just gonna do a little bit of baking. Let me just have that sit under there, because I need that area to stay matte. I don't really know if I want to go for a glowy look today yet. I don't know. I'm leaning towards no, but either way, I still would like to keep that area nice and matte. That's not even where the glow would be, so it does need to be matte. We're gonna let that sit, and we're gonna move on to brows. I normally use eyeshadow, but today we got a couple of brow pencils. First one is the Etude eyebrow pencil. This one is like the top rated on YesStyle, so I had to try it. This is in the shade 06 Ash Brown. It's a little bit lighter than my natural brow color, which is pretty good, and it is a lot more on the thicker side, which I really like personally, because I already have pretty thick brows, so I like when the brow pencils are a little bit thicker, because it makes it much easier and faster for me to draw them on. But if you have like much thinner brows, I can understand. It's a little bit better to have like a smaller one, because you need to be more precise. But this one, because I do such a natural brow, like I'm not going for anything super particular. I'm not very specific with my brows. You see, That was so quick and easy. That took me like less than a minute to do. It feels pretty good. It's a little bit waxy though. That's why I like eyeshadows better, because they don't have that feeling. As the eyebrow pencils, they always feel like it's gonna slip and slide. It's a nice brown shade. I actually like it. Okay, that was nice. I feel like that was pretty simple, pretty easy. Because I do like a little bit of precision, I am going to use a small brow pencil. I'm going to use the Espoir brow pencil. This is in the shade Classic 1 Brown. And you can see it's much tinier. I'm just going to mostly draw this in the front and like on my brow tail. The only thing with sometimes these such small things, like sometimes I genuinely cannot tell if it's working or not. Sometimes I'm just like, is anything applying? But I do see it. Not bad. Espoir is more on the pricey side though, so I don't really think you need an expensive brow pencil. But you guys know I like my brows like a little bit lighter, so I'm going to go in with the brow mascara. This is the peripera brow mascara in the shade 04 ash brown. Now I'm nervous about this. You saw how that one, the brow pencil, the etude brow pencil, was ash brown and it was pretty dark. This is ash brown, but it's super light. I don't know why I thought it would be darker. I don't know what was going on with me, but this is giving bleached brow. So I'm going to be very careful applying. It has a very tiny tip. This seems pretty pigmented. Tiny amount. And we're gonna blend. I could have done this one first, but the thing is with the brow pencils and everything, I don't think it would have sat nicely on top of a brow mascara like this. Because it's so pale, I have to go back in again with the brow pencil just to add a little bit of darkness now, because now it's a little bit too pale. You don't want it to look gray. Not bad. I don't think it has that much of a hold. It's kind of hard to tell though, because I use so little, but my brows don't feel like locked in place or anything. So I'm going to use a brow gel. This one's also from Espoir. I love how tiny this is. This is like insanely tiny. It kind of feels like I'm laminating my brows. It's getting like in all the hairs, but I hope it actually has good hold. Is it removing the product though? Kind of feel like it is. Because was there not product right here and now it's just kind of like not there anymore? I'm gonna have to go over because I think that kind of just wiped away. Don't know if that's the fault of the brow gel or the fault of the brow pencil, but I'm gonna blame the brow pencil because when I do my brow gels, that never happens with my eyeshadow. Yeah, like I said, this product I don't think works well on top of other brow products like a brow mascara, because it feels even more waxy. I'm not really enjoying doing this process. I feel like I was doing a lot of extra work when I could have just used eyeshadow and got the same exact result even quicker. But whatever, let's move on. Brows aren't that important to me anyways. Let's go back over with this powder. We're just gonna beat it in place. I'll let that powder nice set in. My under eye's looking good. Okay, but I feel like I can still see a little bit of that highlighter. I can see that shimmer, not that dewiness, but I can definitely see that shimmer coming through. No patching. My under eyes actually look really good, so that surprised me. And the foundation definitely looks better. I don't know, maybe it was just me and I was just wigging out in my head. I don't know. For blush, I'm going to start off with my pale blush and then we're going to go to the eyes. For the pale blush, I'm going to be using this Dasique blush palette in the shade Brown Bear. Isn't this so cute? The little bears are so cute. I hope this is like a nice palette because the bears are so adorable. I just want to use it all the time. I'm going to go on with this shade actually. They always kind of end up looking the same, so it doesn't really matter. I feel like it kind of has this cream to powder finish. I kind of feel it. Like, you see how it's smudging? I feel like this is a cream. I think it's a cream to powder formula, which is interesting. I've never used one of those before. I don't really know how. I don't know if it's gonna stick. Honestly, when it comes to this makeup look, I'm probably gonna be using the eyeshadow as blush because that's what I do for brown blush, but this is a nice brightener. I don't think I like this formula though. I don't think I like the cream to powder formula. It's a little bit weird. It's kind of sticking in certain spots that I have to kind of go over a little bit more. Again, maybe that's just normal. I just don't know how to work it with these. I feel like I have to mattify it even more. Is this supposed to be, and nowhere does it say that it's a cream blush. So I'm kind of surprised. I would use this today, but it's not a new makeup product, so I'm not going to do it. I love this blush palette. Let's move on to the eyeshadow. We got this Dasique eyeshadow palette. This is the shade 28 Brown Bear. Hey, this is the second Dasique palette I've ever tried. I actually have a nice formula. I like this glitter right here, so I feel like I have pretty high hopes for it. I'm going for like a very muted, soft look today. Going with a nice base shade first. A lot of brands release these brown palettes. They're always so warm, like they're so red and so it's just like, can we get like a nice, like more muted one, like just very soft? And I feel like that's what this palette is kind of giving. This is probably what I'm gonna use for blush. This would be a great blush. I know it will. Brands don't make enough brown blushes, especially for brown skin tones, so I have to resort to using eyeshadow palettes, which I'm not mad at because like potato, but I wish brands would make more brown blushes. Again, brown blushes that are not purple, that are not red, that are not orange. Just give me a good brown blush. I don't feel like it's that hard, but like no one does it. Take a mix of these two shades here. We're gonna add a little bit of a shadow. Just on the lash line, kind of darken it up. Is it dark enough? That's the thing, sometimes you don't know. Okay, now I can definitely see it. It's a little bit darker. I just had to go in a little bit heavier. All the makeup shines in the Egg makeup. Not so much on the, you know, top lid. If you have like hooded eyes or something, I feel like these kind of looks are good because it just focuses on the under eye. Okay, hold up. I just looked in my nice little mirror, my dirty little mirror, and that blush actually looks horrible under my eyes. Right there. Look at that big. That's what happens when you put like creams on, like that doesn't always happen when you put creams on top of powders, but oof, it's just like disintegrating the makeup. Like look at that. Huge. Is this a cream blush? Let me look this up because I feel like this is a cream blush. I feel like I just got lied to. Okay, I'm reading it right here on my computer. It's not a cream. They describe it more as like a putty texture, but it's supposed to be applied like a powder blush on top of powder. I don't think that's working very well. Let me try to fix this. Okay, I cleaned it up a little bit. Can't really see it now, so I feel like that helped. All I did was just go over with the cushion a little bit and I just reset it. It wasn't that bad. For Egg, I've got these colorgram Egg liners. I've always wanted to try them. I have them in 20% and 70%. So if you don't know what these are basically Egg liquid liners. I always use shadow, but they have two opacities. So this one is a 70%. It's very dark. And then this one is 20%. So you see it's a little bit lighter. I'm going to try 70% on this eye and then 20% on the other one. I like using eyeshadows because you can blend them very easily. So I'm interested to see how these ones will go because they're liquid. Squint your eyes. Oh, that's pretty dark. Oh, that's pretty dark. This is kind of like an eyeliner. Oof. Oof. It is 70%. That's only 30% away from 100. Huh. Let me see how to blend this out. I'm just gonna take a little bit of a light eyeshadow on the brush. I think it's blending. Yeah, the shadow is helping. But on its own, oof. I think, oh, that one was kind of dark. I don't even know how that would be. Like, if you have no eye fat, that would just be like a dark line under your eye. Like, at that point, you could just use regular eyeliner. But let's try the 20%. Maybe the 20% will be better. They also have a 30%. That one's the most popular, but it was sold out. Okay, this one's much better because I'm kind of layering it a little bit more. So I can build up a little bit more versus the other one. I had to use like only so little. I think I still do need to blend it out though, even though it is lighter. Yeah, so here's the difference between the two. So we got 70% and 20%. They end up looking the same at the end, but this one was easier to do, I think. This one was like too heavy, too much. I do think this would be good for the lash line. So let's try that. Yeah, it's pretty nice and dark. This reminds me of like just a brow pen. Not looking bad at all. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of highlight though. This brown is really pretty. I think this is a good Egg palette though. These browns are looking very nice. I do have two Egg highlighter sticks. I love how Kaja is in Sephora. It's like so accessible. I'm really interested in this because I think this is a perfect Egg highlighter stick. Shade right here. Like this is great for brown skin tone. It's not super pale. Okay, looks a little bit deceiving actually. That is kind of pale. I'm not mad at it because it's still gonna work, but I thought it was a little bit darker. Color theory and whatnot. I'm gonna go over with the powder though, and we're gonna do a little bit of like blending. Unfortunately, I don't have a K-Beauty eyeliner, so I'm gonna do that really quick. All right, good enough. I'm really not particular on my eyeliner. I'm gonna go in with this shimmer right here. Looks very pretty. I love me like a good brown shimmer. Just, oof, it looks so, oh, that looks so pretty. Honestly, brown eyeshadows are my favorite. I know I do a lot of pink makeup looks, but my favorite eyeshadows to play with are brown. Because brown on brown skin, delicious. Now for the Kaja one, I do have this highlighter one too. So the other one was matte. That one's a shimmer. So I think this one will look pretty. We'll do a little bit of this. Not gonna do too much. Ooh, pretty. So far so good. I'm not mad. I mean, it's coming together. You gotta trust the process still, but so far it does not look that bad. I'm doing individual lashes today, so the mascara does have to look a little bit good. Got these two from Etude. We got their lash primer. This one, I don't know if it's supposed to go on before or after. I think it's before. Let me check. Okay, you use it under and over. That's a pretty thick spoolie, which I like. I like that it's not white, like it's clear, which I like because I hate when the primers for mascara are white. I don't know why they do that, because then I have to put on a buttload of mascara to try and cover it up. I love using brow gel as like mascara, as a clear mascara. I do that all the time because really potato. Now I'm gonna go in with the mascara. I always see the makeup artists using this mascara. This one's very thin. Oh, already I feel that little cast on it. Wow, my lashes do look really good. They look super long. What I notice a lot with East Asian mascaras, because I have C Beauty one, J Beauty one, and K Beauty, they really focus a lot on lengthening. You don't get much in terms of volume, which I like and sometimes I don't like. Only because, like, when you use it alone, I feel like it just looks a little bit weird. I feel like my lashes look so boneless. Like, there's just no volume. They're just long and thin, and I'm just like, I think you need a little bit something else. That's why I kind of like Western mascaras a little bit more sometimes. But if you mix them together, you get the best of both worlds. Okay, now let's put this one on top. Honestly, I really hope this isn't hard to get off. The reason why I don't like using East Asian mascaras that much too is because they're so hard to take off. I literally hate it. And it's like, I'm not even doing anything for the mascara to be that heavy on my lashes for it to not come off. I'm not doing anything crazy, like I'm going to school or I'm sitting at home doing nothing, so I don't like using them very often. I'm also gonna do that on the bottom lashes too. I didn't know if I wanted bottom lashes, but I do, so I'm gonna put them on. Looking good. These look like kind of falsies, but for the actual falsies, I'm using these lashes from Milli. This is their JC Curl Volume 1. So these ones are a little bit thicker. Really curious to see how these are gonna look. They're set into 3, so that makes it really easy. I like that. So let me put this on really quick. All right, that's how we're looking. They're actually so voluminous. I don't know why I didn't think so. It's kind of like my natural lashes, but just with a lot of mascara, which I actually really like. I did do this underneath my lashes, not over, because of the way that they were cut. I just knew like they were made for underneath, which is what K-beauty makeup artists normally do. So I did that underneath and it looks a lot better. It looks very natural. I like it a lot. Moving on to blush. It's looking really good. Unfortunately, this was like a little bit of a flop. I'm not even gonna try again with that. We're just gonna use the eyeshadow. Really like this whole like muted look we've got going on, so the blush isn't gonna be too intense. I'm just gonna go in with this kind of look mixture right here. It's not really doing much except kind of like mattifying the area, because this is like pretty much my skin color, but it does add a nice little base. But I am gonna go in with this lighter shade right here, and I'm gonna like brighten up my a little bit too light. I'm gonna go in here and really just brighten this up. Brighten that up a little bit, this inner portion. Look at that. And I'm going to use the darker color. That's going to be the main blush. I'm going to put this like right here in the outer corner. See, brands could just make this in a blush. I don't understand why they never want to do that. I don't understand why it's like so hard. No brand will ever do it. I have yet to find one that's just like this exact shade. So eyeshadow it is. When I do brown blush, I never just leave it brown, because you want to add a teensy bit of warmth into it. So I'm going to use this Lilybyred blush. This is in the shade 05. Their powder one. I'm going to add a little bit of redness into it. Just a teensy bit, because you gotta add a little bit of like warmth in it, so it looks like a little bit more like a blush. You see how it adds a little bit more, adds just a little bit of color, a little bit more color into it, unless you're going for something like super desaturated, but we're not. See that change? It makes just a teensy bit of red. I'm telling you, you need a good red blush in your collection. This one is actually pretty nice. I actually feel like it's pretty dark too. It's not like a pale blush. I mean, I would say this is like medium. It's not super dark, but it's not super pale. But leaning definitely more on the dark side. I'm also putting a little bit that's on the nose bridge, like right here, because I want to add some freckles. Freckles and brown makeup look, it just goes so well together. I can't do a brown makeup look without freckles. I'm going to use this brown shade, a little bit of an angled brush. I like using eyeshadow because I think eyeshadow blends really easily for freckles. And you just kind of want to do them like all over the place. The thing I think people mess up with freckles is doing them too meticulous. Like, you're supposed to be kind of all over. You close your eyes and just go bam, 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 bam. Smudge. Guys, it's coming together so nicely. You see how I did this entire look? I didn't even use, well, I did use one blush, but I did this with mostly just using the eyeshadow palette. So I promise you, even though you see me use like a bunch of different blushes and whatnot, you can still get a look like really easily with just 1-2 products. For highlighter, I'm going to use Unleashia palette. I have 2 of them. This is the Ballerina Shower. I usually use the Ballerina Shower one. This is the Ballerina one. I'm going to use this shade right here. I think this one is supposed to be a dupe for the Dior palette. I've never tried it. The Dior highlighter palette is like $50. I don't know if I want to. It's so expensive. So until then, I'm just going to keep buying the dupes. But you can notice we're doing like a lot of matte highlighter. You know what I mean? Like the highlight that you're seeing right now on my nose and everything, that's just with powder. So sometimes you don't always need like something shimmery. I'm gonna blend this into the highlight up here a little bit, so it looks like a little bit nice and soft, you know, not just a random like splotch. Same here on the nose. The nose highlighter is so important. Like it makes or breaks the look. Nice. Make sure to go back over with the freckles though. because you still want it to be nice and blended. Now I want the highlight to be really natural, very subtle, so I'm gonna use my fingers. I don't want to draw so much attention to the cheeks. I love brown makeup. Oh, there's one thing I love, it's brown makeup. Oh guys, this is eating. What did I say? Trust the process, did I not? Now the lips. You guys know one thing I have a lot of is K-Beauty lippies, and I want to go more matte for this. I need a dark base, and I don't have any K-Beauty lippy that's that dark, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to use eyeshadow. Sorry. So I'm just gonna use that dark shade from the eyeshadow palette, smudge it a bit. This is like shimmery, but you can't really see it. Okay, I have this lilybyred milky tint. This is in the shade 08. This is a matte lip tint. It's like a kind of has like this mousse feel. The liquid lipstick. It's nothing like crazy, but the way that it feels is very interesting. Feels like a mousse, really. It starts to dry down to this velvety feel. Look at this pretty little nude lippy. It's really nice. Kind of want to see if I can add this from Romand. This is their Blur Fudge tint in the shade 12. Just to see if I can lighten it up a little bit. Lighten it up here. Oh yeah, that's better. There, and it kind of made it a little bit cooler too to match the look. Very nice. I think to keep the cool tone, I want to use this Laka lip tint, the Laka lip tint in the shade 121 Ash Nut. The formula to this is still kind of new to me. I've only used this a couple times. People are saying this is a dupe for peripera, Brown Heaven, but sadly it is not. Honestly, I don't like that either. Too glossy. I'm just gonna go to the Romand Blush Fur Tint, and I'm gonna do eyeshadow because this has to be a matte combo. I feel like the gloss, it's too glossy still. No matter how I do it, it's not coming out right. Let me do it again. Also, I totally forgot. I want to try this product as well. The Alternative Stereo Lip Milk. This is supposed to be like a lip primer. It's white, but it does kind of sheer out. I don't know how it's that different from the balm. I think it's just because this is in a liquid form. Especially because when you are doing matte lips, your lips can kind of like dry out a little bit. So this one should be good. This one doesn't have the minty feeling like the other one. Okay, we're here. And what I want to do, I'm just going to take the eyeshadow to make it a little bit darker. Make it a little cooler. There we go. Do a little bit of contouring on it. See, if they just made more brown lippies, I won't have to be doing all this. Now we're cooking. This is better. I like this. To seal it off, we're gonna do one more thing of the setting spray. And this is the finished look. This looks so good. I love me brown looks. Oh my gosh, brown looks are just so scrumdiddly yum yum. I love this look so much. Everything was pretty good. I like all these products. Honestly, the foundation is eating. That coverage was completely full. I did a pretty good job of covering up all my dark marks. Blush was the only like issue, but everything else was like pretty perfect. My favorite product I think was probably the eyeshadow palette. We used it for so many different things. These are like such pretty shades. The shimmer is really pretty. Also really like the lilybyred blush. Like this one's a really nice red blush. It was perfect for adding a little bit of color into this blush makeup look, so I think that was really nice. I think the product that I least liked other than the blush was definitely the brow products. I'm just an eyeshadow girly for my brows. I don't think I needed all those products except maybe the brow gel. The espoir brow gel I liked. Everything else I'm just like take it or leave it. The powder also worked surprisingly well. I honestly had like low expectations for it, but it came out really nice. My face is really nice and matte. Look came out so good. So I think all the products were really good. Let me know though, which one was your favorite? Out of everything I put on, which one did you like the most? Which one would you like most likely buy? Like let me know. I definitely want to know. This was really fun to do. I definitely want to do more videos like this. I will be posting more regularly. I just got out of school. The girl is officially a high school graduate. Hey! So I'll be going back to posting regularly, but let me know what other videos you would like to see. Like please let me know. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.